Here's our first look at this year's Ohio State Buckeyes and St. John's alum Dallas Gant. His first day of practice of what is now his sophomore season. Gant bulking up over the offseason, listed at 232 pounds on the roster. He looks good. It's his second season, but the first season without Urban Meyer as head coach since 2011. Plus, there's a couple of former Michigan assistants now wearing scarlet and gray in Columbus. An interesting day to say the least. BCSN's Mark Kuntz was there.
Yes, it is a new day for Ohio State football as Ryan Day's first practice as head coach since Urban Meyer's retirement. Now, there will be plenty of storylines for the Buckeyes this spring, beginning with who will replace record-setting quarterback Dwayne Haskins. Justin Fields, the highly touted transfer from Georgia, did see playing time with the number ones today, but Day says the position is far from being settled.
The more competition, the better for us at all positions. Anytime you have competition, it's healthy, and I don't think that needs to be done right off the bat. But the guys are going to get they're going to get their reps and they're going to go, and you just don't know how it's going to play out. It's one thing I learned a long time ago is to kind of do all that early on doesn't help. That's not the focus right now. The focus is installing the offense, letting them compete, letting them learn, and also they have to feel like they're allowed to fail. Because if you fail, you learn. If you're afraid to fail because you're going to win or lose the job, then you're not getting better at a fast enough rate. So, one, to understand those guys are in this thing, they're learning it, they're going to make mistakes. Who can learn from their mistakes the best usually wins the job.
He's a hard worker, great work ethic, and, he cares about the game. He wants to learn and do things like that, so that's going to help him a lot. He's going to be a good quarterback. He'll be good.
Justin feels good. He, first day, kind of nervous, but all of us just got to get our timing right with each other, new quarterback, new system and stuff, so we'll be good, though.
Day one, spacing, timing, especially like the first few periods, sometimes you see a ball, sail, but that's all normal. That's like that in the NFL. But as practice went on, I thought the timing was good. I thought the ball came out, well. Obviously, there's a ton of things to improve. We got a long way to go. But for day one, I was pretty encouraged.
Defensively, 4 new assistant coaches, including a pair who came from Ann Arbor. And yes, the Buckeyes did a little hazing for Al Washington and Greg Madison.
It's kind of funny when they came in because when we had mat drills, we actually played their anthem to make fun of the coaches. But you can't really hold that against somebody,
Sure.
Especially you got to come in with an open mind. You can't come in thinking like, oh, he's from the team of the North and this and that. But I think our players have just embraced each and every one of the new coaches.
I was excited to see the defense run around today. Had a lot of energy out there, and so. But first day of practice, no pads, mostly installing and just teaching guys the techniques and fundamentals. I do have to force myself to make sure I'm walking down to the defensive side every now and again to make sure I'm keeping an eye on all that because my natural reaction is just to go down to the quarterbacks and get those guys going. But no, overall it was good.
As for Dallas Gant, the sophomore linebacker from St. John's, he did see action today with the number 2s, and in the portion of practice that was open to media but not open to videotaping, we did see Gant come up with a tackle and an interception. In Columbus, Mark Kuntz, BCSN.